Hello, everybody. It's Mark Johnson with Cross Country Mortgage. And today's TCA Tuesday total cost analysis of your mortgage loan is brought to me because of a lot of my clients are asking if it's better to pay extra money and buy down the interest rate to keep the payments lower. Right now, interest rates are flirting with the 4% range, and people really want to stay in the 3.5%, even 3.25% range. So what I did was I created a total cost analysis for our TCA Tuesday so we can kind of see how this affects your mortgage. Now, I think right now with the economy the way it's going and where interest rates are starting to go up, I believe right now is a good time to pay discount points and buy down your interest rate. So let me just show you the charts here. Let me share my screen here. And you can see here, I've got a $500,000 sales price. Our interest rates and a loan amount, 20% down, $400,000. And then these are the interest rates, 3.5%, 3.75%, and then 3.99%. Just want to keep it below 4%, people. And so 4% or 3.99 is what we call the par rate. In other words, no discount points, no origination fees, nothing. There's just your lender fees and your title fees and appraisal and recording, and that's it. So at 3.99, you're going to see that to get into this house, it's going to cost you $106,000. Your payment's going to be $23.36, and the APR is 4.33. In other words, just hair over 4%. Now, if you look at the middle rate here, you're going to see that your payments go up $54.90 per month. So your new payment is $22.81, and your closing costs are just a little bit higher. It's $110,051. Now, what that is exactly, kind of strange here, exactly $4,000 more in closing costs to lower your payments to $54, by $54 to $22.81. Now let's go see one more time where we're paying about 2.2% in discount points. Your interest rate here is 3.5%, APR 3.72. So it's kind of tricky because you think your APR is really lower, and it is lower, but you are paying higher closing costs for every 1/8% that you're going down in interest rates. And so this payment is $111 less a month, and people love this. So in other words, your payment is $22.25 versus here the $23.36. And so this one again is going to cost you roughly $8,800 more than your higher rate. So got to be careful here, because all of a sudden, if you don't have the money for the extra closing costs and down payment, we can look at some different variations of maybe we, lower our down payment so we can pay discount points, maybe pay PMI for a couple of years and then go from there. But for right now, I just want to show you the difference here. Now, the thing to do is to take your payment and savings versus the closing costs that you're paying, and then calculating how many months it's going to be to recuperate your costs. So what I did here is the difference between these three here, roughly. So this one here is $4,000 a month right there, and we're going to save $54 a month. And so if I take 54.9 and divide it by the $4,000 in additional closing costs that you see right there, it's going to be roughly 72 months, or in other words, 6 years by the time that you break even. Now, if you think you're going to only be in your house for 6 years or less, then do not pay discount points to buy down your interest rates. It's better to keep that money in the bank and save that, because you're not going to break even. And a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to stay there 5 to 6 years or 7 years. In reality, it ends up being 3 to 5 years, and they've lost a lot of money. So, and the other scenario here is this one right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Our closing cost here is $8,800 a month, and our closing costs our payment savings is $111 a month. And so if you divide the 111 by the $8,800, which is the difference between these two here, you're going to see that it's, again, 6.6 years, or in other words, 79 months instead of 72 months. So if you're going to stay in your house for 7 to 10 years, it does make some sense to pay discount points and get the lower rate. By the way, you're going to see really low rates advertised, not only on the freeway, but in, in all kind of different markets. And you think that, oh gosh, my APR is so good here. You always have to look at what the cost is to lower the APR when you're lowering your interest rates. So anyway, my tip for you today is this: pay discount points if you plan on staying there for 7 to 10 years. If you're planning to stay there less than 7 years, because every time I figure this out, people actually move a year or two sooner than they think they're going to. Don't pay any discount points and pay the higher rate and get the par pricing. So this is when you need expert advice. As a senior loan advisor, I will do a TCA for you on every single property that you're looking at, so you can compare the difference of the payments versus the down payments versus the actual closing costs. Anyway, thanks for listening. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.